Hello everyone, welcome to the Mayur Mugre channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about the Tigress T1 case. You must have heard about the Tigress Avani that has been shot dead before some days. So I have already made this video in Hindi. So this video will be presented to you in English by me, Mayur Mugre. You can follow me on Facebook, you can follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on Telegram as well. The link is in the description. So in this video we are going to discuss about this case, as well as we are going to discuss about the IUCN status about the tiger and also about the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. So let's start. So it has been claimed that this tigress has killed 13 people living in the district of Yavatmal in Maharashtra state. So you can see this Maharashtra state here. So here in this blue color is Yavatmal district. Yavatmal district is in news in the recent times as the farmers died due to the pesticides, as well as there were water problems in Yavatmal, and now the case of Tigress Avani. So in Pandarkavda, the Tigress T1 has been shot dead at 11 PM on Friday. Now this timing is very important. So I have gathered this news from the Times of India, from Indian Express and other newspapers. So here you can see Maharashtra problem Tigress T1 shot dead. This Tigress T1 was already a problem for the people living in this area, because it was claimed that this tigress has killed 13 people. But this is only claimed and not proved. Now the most important thing is who shot this tigress. So Tigress T1 was shot by Hyderabad based sharpshooter Nawab Shafat Ali Khan's son Asghar Khan, and he shot this tigress around 11 PM. And the most important thing and shocking thing was there was no wildlife veterinarian, which is mandatory as per the norms. It means that whenever you are going to shoot a tigress, there should be a veterinarian around you, so that if there is some chance of saving the tigress or tiger, so it could be saved. But as mentioned by Times of India, there was no wildlife veterinarian accompanying shooter, which is a violation of these norms. As I told you, the Tigress T1 was blamed for killing 13 villagers. But if we go into details, we have the DNA sample of 3 people, and among these 3 people we get to know that 2 people were killed by a tiger and not by tigress, and only 1 person has found dead by tigress. But here also it is not proved that this tigress is Avani. And sad part is Tigress T1, Tigress Avani has 2 cubs and they are almost 10 months old. And most shocking thing is that department has no concrete plan for the same at present. This I am saying, before killing this tigress, before shooting this tigress, the department had no concrete plan for these cubs. As quoted by Mishra sir, Principal Chief Conservator of Forest, he said we will now sit down and prepare a fresh strategy to capture them, to capture these 2 cubs. Department wanted to kill this tigress since long, and there were many NGOs, there were many animal protectors who were protesting for this move. So they went up to the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court said that you cannot kill the tigress in the first stage. You first need to tranquilize the tigress. Tranquilize means you need to make the tigress unconscious. And if the department fails to tranquilize the tigress, then only they can shoot the tigress. And if we see the guidelines of National Tiger Conservation Authority, NTCA, they says that the darting is prohibited from sunset to sunrise. Means from 6 AM to 6 PM you can tranquilize the tiger. But here the shooting has been done at 11 PM in the night. So if the department tried to tranquilize this tigress, then also it is illegal, because you cannot tranquilize the tigress before 6 AM and after 6 PM. So this move is also illegal. As per section 11/1A of Wildlife Protection Act 1972, Chief Wildlife Warden may permit any person. Now here this is most important thing, who can permit to hunt Schedule 1 animal. So here Chief Wildlife Warden may permit any person to hunt Schedule 1 animal, but those animals which are becoming dangerous to human, provided that he is satisfied that such animals cannot be captured. And only Chief Wildlife Warden can permit a person to hunt Schedule 1 animal. But here, interestingly, Principal Chief Conservator of Forest A.K. Mishra, he issued the order to shoot the tigress in the name of Nawab Shafat Ali Khan. Now here it is more interesting that Nawab Shafat Ali Khan was permitted to shoot the tigress, but he did not shoot the tigress. But who killed the tigress? His son Asghar Khan. So this becomes more controversial. So these are the statement of Principal Chief Conservator of Forest. We had information about her movement near this road while whole of yesterday. So we had stationed a team with a tranquilization gun along with Asghar in the vehicle. The team frequently saw the tigress in the forest compartment number 149 near the road, but sighting was only fleeting. Finally, at around 11 pm, one of our forest staffers managed to dart her with a tranquilization gun, but she charged at the team, forcing Asghar to shoot in self-defense. Now here, Chief Principal Conservator of Forest is saying that Asghar shoot her in self-defense, but at 11 pm. Now when Shafat Ali Khan, when he gave the statement, he said that we had no plans to tranquilize the tigress because tranquilization can be done only in the morning. But here, Chief Principal Conservator of Forest is saying some different story. So this becomes even more controversial. Now after almost 10 to 12 days, now the department in search of these two cubs. Recently the footmarks of these two cubs has been seen in the forest. Department has stationed some cameras so that they could capture them and they could prevent their lives, because they are almost 10 months old and hence they could not be able to hunt for their food. Now we'll see Wildlife Protection Act 1972. This Wildlife Protection Act 1972 extends to whole of India, but it is not applicable to the state of Jammu and Kashmir. They have their own Wildlife Act. In this there are 6 schedules which give varying degree. Now here, out of these 6 schedules, Schedule 1 and Part 2 of Schedule 2 provide absolute protection. It means that the animals which are in Schedule 1 as well as Part 2 of Schedule 2, they have absolute protection, and if these animals are killed, then the person will get highest penalty. You must have heard about the Salman Khan case of black buck. So because of this reason, Salman Khan is in big trouble. Penalties for Schedule 3 and Schedule 4 are less as compared to Schedule 1 and Part 2 of Schedule 2 animals, as well as Schedule 5 animals include fruit bats, mice, rats, and they can be hunted. This is most important. The animals which are present in Schedule 5, they can be hunted. Now Schedule 6 contains plants which are prohibited from cultivation and planting. So this is also very important. Schedule 6 contains plants that are prohibited from cultivation and planting. Now let's have a look at Project Tiger. Now in India, if we see, there are 50 tiger reserves in India. They are governed by Project Tiger, and who administer this? It is administered by National Tiger Conservation Authority (NTCA), which gave the guideline to tranquilize the tiger from 6 am to 6 pm. So now this authority becomes most important for any exam. Now if you see the number of tigers that are in India, in 2006 there were 1411 tigers. Now these tigers increased to 1706 in 2010, increased to 2226 in 2014, and total number of wild tigers has risen to 3890 in 2016 according to World Wildlife Fund and Global Tiger Forum. So here we can see that the number of tigers are increasing day by day. Means the Project Tiger and Save Tiger initiative has helped us to get more and more number of tigers. So you can see here the tiger reserves. The important tiger reserves are Tadoba, Pench, Kaziranga, Periyar, Nagarjuna. So these are some important tiger reserves. So this is the end of our lecture. If you find it worth, kindly share with your friends. See you in the next video. Jai Hind.